moviegoers, and Happy New Year. Welcome to my first edition of Have You Seen It for the year 2026. And just like in 2025, I will tell you who my favorite actor is, followed by my review, and then I will follow that with my Nailed It. So let's get right to it. My favorite actor in 2026, the first one is Goldie Hawn. And I chose Goldie Hawn because of the movie Private Benjamin. She was absolutely hilarious in this movie. And one of my favorite scenes from that movie is between her and Eileen Brennan when Goldie Hawn has enlisted in the army, but is not quite sure why she's there because she has a misunderstanding of what it means to be enlisted in the army. And that one of those initial dialogues between the two of them once she's in basic training and everybody's in the barracks and, getting settled, and they have quite the hilarious conversation based on her total misunderstanding of why she is in the army. So Goldie Hawn is my favorite actor. All right, so I'm moving into my review, and this will not take long because this movie was a book, okay, of which I did not know before I went to see it, but the premise is kind of been there, done that, but obviously in different ways. So this movie is The Housemaid. It stars Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried, and Brandon Sklenar. So in this movie, we have Millie, played by Sydney Sweeney. She's a struggling woman who is given an opportunity to get a fresh start in life. And so she is seeking employment and comes across an opportunity to be a housemaid for a wealthy couple. Now, of course, when she arrives, she does not know just how wealthy this couple is until she drives up into the, driveway and sees this massive, massive mansion of a house, lots of acreage and so forth. So she is really impressed by that. So she has an interview with the wife, played by Amanda Seyfried, and she also has quite a resume that is fabricated for the most part. And so they have a little, dialogue, little interview going on. She gets a tour of the house and gets background information on, the family in terms of the fact that you're going to take care of my house, you're going to help me with my daughter, and you're going to do thus and so. These are your list of duties. This is where you will live. You'll actually live in this house, and your room will be in the attic. Okay? So, sounds great on paper, but of course the Mrs. says, there's other people I've got to interview, so I'll be in touch. And so fast forward, she gets a phone call, and we find out right before that phone call happens that our housemaid, Millie, is unhoused, okay? So you see that she is living in her vehicle, and so she's really kind of down on her luck and really, really needs a gig. And so she gets the gig. She rolls up to the house. Everything is hunky-dory. She meets the daughter, who is you know, a piece of work. I'll just say that. She's just a piece of work. She got on my nerves immediately. I mean, immediately. And so, she goes about, doing her housemaid duties. But very early on, the woman of the house, the lady of the house, is having some issues. Mentally, she is a little unhinged and in a frightening sort of way. She has tantrums and she gets upset very quickly, and she just, throws things and curses at the young little housemaid and accuses her of doing things that clearly the housemaid is unable to do, because the housemaid wasn't in this particular room or wasn't at the house doing X, Y, and Z at this particular time. So we see very early on that the woman, the lady of the house, is a nut. We also see very early on that she's married to a hunky kind of husband. He's got the model good looks. He's got the body. He's just the full eye candy package. And of course, there's a little twinkle in the housemaid's eye when she's, gets a load of this guy, but, she's there to do her job. Fast forward, the wife becomes more and more unhinged in this movie. She is that type of person that pops up around the corner. You're taking a shower and here she comes. You're watching TV and you turn around and there she is. And so she's very, kind of creepy and frightening as a character. So this movie, I guess you could say, is a suspense thriller, but it's a psychotic mess of a threesome, if you will. You got a crazy wife. You've got a husband that sees that the wife is crazy and treats the housemaid like crap, but he's just kind of cool, calm, and collected, and knows how to just kind of smooth things over in a way that puts his wife at ease and makes the little housemaid feel like, okay, I think everything's going to be all right because I've got this husband on my side who seems to be able to calm this woman down. Fast forward, the wife goes away for the weekend. Well, the wife and the husband were supposed to have sort of like a date weekend. So it's like giving the housemaid the weekend off. Hubby and I are going into town and we are going to see a show, and we're going to spend the night, at Fabulous Hotel, and we're just going to have a date weekend, and you can have a weekend to yourself to do whatever it is you want to do. Fast forward, plans don't work out because, again, the psycho wife has done something that has, put a little hitch in the giddy up. Fast forward, the husband invites the little housemaid to take the place of the wife, who miraculously cannot attend this date weekend. And of course, there's twinkling of the eyes, and there's these side looks and so forth and so on. And the next thing you know, you have a full-blown sexual escapade with the husband and the little housemaid. Who did not see that coming? I saw it coming 10 miles away. Okay. So that creates a mess of its own. And so, that's basically it. But once their little affair, if you want to call it that little weekend affair, it becomes known to the wife, big argument, husband kicks her out, get out of my house, I'm the wealthy one, I'm the one who took you in, blah, 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 you gotta go. She goes, and the little housemaid is playing little housewife until it gets funky between her and the husband. So I'm not going to tell you what happened in that situation, because that's when it gets kind of really creepy and gross and just kind of ridiculous. This movie is 2 hours and some change. I'll say 10 or 11 minutes. Cut off a good 15 to 20 minutes and you got a Netflix movie. Okay. I don't believe that this movie should have been in theaters. I could watch this on Netflix or any other streaming service and been fine. It's okay. It's one of those movies where you look at it and it's like, okay, what else is on TV? I'll choose this movie. That's it. Now, if you want, Sydney Sweeney's been in the news quite a bit in 2025. And so if you want to see her, with her bosom pushed up as much as you can all through the movie in low cut tops and, all of this showing, then this might be the movie for you. You want to actually see her topless or semi-nude or whatever, this might be the movie for you. But it's just an okay movie. And I can tell you this, the daughter, the creepy groundskeeper, and the mother-in-law, no character development whatsoever, no background to make them even a significant part of this movie. All three of them could have taken a back seat and just not even been in this movie because their substance was just so, So there you have it, a psychological thriller, mess, crazy movie. So there you have it. All right, I'm going to jump into my Nailed It. And my first Nailed It for 2026 is the movie Crash. The entire cast of that movie. Fantastic. You've got a movie that's got racism, you've got bias, you've got privilege, you've got honor, you've got just everything horrible about human beings is in this movie. Every type of horrible thing that a human being could be is in this movie. And it's one of a few movies or a handful of movies that I can't watch again. It was that good. And in a really sad sort of way. So that is my Nailed It, the cast from the movie Crash and the movie itself. Very, very good. All right, folks, you know that you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you keep hitting that like button and stay with us in 2026. I am also available on BlueSky at HYSI. All right, moviegoers, you know what to do. Until next week, I need you to see a movie because I'm going to see a movie. Until next week, bye-bye.